Today on Wrestle WreMarks, the news wire is absolutely loaded. We've got updates on CM Punk, Randy Orton, Stephanie Vaquer, Baron Corbin, believe it or not, Bayley possibly crossing to TNA, WWE house shows are coming back, pay cuts, returns, retirements, health scares, and a whole lot more.
32 stories, bro. This ain't a news wire. This is a news avalanche.
That it is, and we also got to get into the shows because we got SmackDown, which gave us Trick Williams. He had his homecoming, and that was hot. Cody and Gunther are heating up for Clash in Italy. Sami is spiraling still, and Jade Cargill is stirring up the women's division.
Raw gave us Roman and Jake Fatu going into tribal combat. Brock Lesnar coming back like he never retired, and the Vision trying to murder Seth Rollins live on television.
On NXT, Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook made a statement. Kalani Jordan snaps. Tatum Paxley survives. Zarya destroys. And Dark State absolutely implodes.
And then we close it out with Saturday night's main events predictions. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. Penta versus Ethan Page. The Vision versus the Street Profits, Paige and Bree against the Irresistible Forces, and that 6-women tag that just might turn into a war.
Yep, we got a lot to get through. News, recaps, predictions, a whole lot of chaos.
But as you know, card subject to change.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome back to the Wrestle WreMarks. It's Chris here.
And I'm Pat.
And you already know what time it is. Oh, it's time.
It's always time.
It's time.
It's
time. And Pat, I'm not even exaggerating this time around, man. Oh, I know. I had the same thing before we got on air, but I'm not even exaggerating about this one. This one is the most stacked newswire we probably had in a minute.
Yeah, this was one of those weeks where the group chat starts off with, "Hey, did you see this?" And then 8 hours later, you're somehow talking about Baron Corbin, Bayley and TNA, Brock Lesnar, Marty Jannetty, and Tony Khan trying to expensive golf tournament.
Oh yeah, that's a wild one. What a wild week we have here. So we're going to keep this thing moving. Big stories get room, smaller stories get quick hits, and we're covering the board tonight. We're starting off with some WWE status updates because there are a few major names either missing, returning, or kind of floating. First up, we'll get into CM Punk. Punk has been off television since April 20th of Raw, and fans have been asking questions. According to recent reports, WWE internally expected Punk's absence to be extended, but the belief is that he'll be back in the mix for SummerSlam and possibly even around July 18th for a Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden.
So basically, everybody breathe. Punk didn't vanish into the witness protection program. He's just in that WWE let him disappear, so the return and pop is stupid, crazy loud.
Yeah. I mean, every time Punk is out there, the pop is loud, and you got to go away for some time for people to want to miss you, and then that even louder pop. I'd imagine that Punk is not particularly going to be full-time like that anymore. He is getting older. Roman Reigns. But you would think, like, this guy's going to start slowing down.
Yeah.
Spend some time with his wife. You know, his wife is taking some time off too. I wonder if they have some kind of project going on. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, they always have their foot into almost everything: comic books, movies, you name it. They've been into it. But honestly, if the plan is Punk on the marquee SummerSlam in Indianapolis, that feels like a smart play. You're not letting them just float around every week and just letting them kind of just be there. You're actually have a bigger destination in mind.
Yeah. And with Punk absence also becomes part of the story the second that Static hits People are gonna act like he's been gone for 5 years. It feels like I miss my boy.
Another major absence, Randy Orton. Now, Dave Meltzer was reporting that Randy Orton's time away from WWE TV after WrestleMania 42 is connected to a long-standing back injury he's been managing since his 2022 surgery. Meltzer described the issue as significant and said that it's likely part of why Randy didn't win the title at WrestleMania. But Randy, being Randall, good old Randall Orton, he responded online basically laughing it off, saying he's milking it, enjoying his summer, and planning to come back to take that number 15.
Yeah, so that's the most Randy Orton response ever. He's probably playing Elden Ring again. You never know.
Leveling up even more.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man. Oh, but that is the most Randy Orton response possible. And I mean, Randy shot that down quick.
Yeah, and you know, Randy's back issue, you know, Randy said, nah, I'm outside somewhere in sunglasses. Leave me alone. I'm coming for that belt later.
I'm just chilling, guys.
Definitely, that's definitely Randy.
But even with the joke, the backstory is real. This guy has had career-threatening injury, came back after 18 months, and is still working at a high level. So whether this is injury management or storyline timing or both, WWE clearly has to be careful with it.
Of course.
And then we have Stephanie Vaquer, who has been out for some time. She's expected to be back in the mix by Clash in Italy weekend. She was written off TV after that backstage attack by Raquel and Roxanne. Then Roxanne rammed her in that box of equipment, you know, around her shoulder in. Commentary said it was a second-degree AC sprain, and the injury report said that was legitimate as well. So she's coming back after that AC sprain. That's going to be a tough one. Yeah,
that return is big because the women's title picture has been moving, but it still feels like there's unfinished business with Vaquer and Liv Morgan, of course.
Absolutely. Vaquer dropping the title to Liv at WrestleMania, getting written off, and then potentially returning at Clash weekend. That's already made. That's already a revenge story in itself. Like, it just writes itself at this point.
True.
Especially with Judgment Day hurting her.
Yeah, and if she shows up in Italy, that crowd's gonna treat her like a boss fight. Just spawned, for real. That music's gonna hit. Look at that health bar.
Oh man, with the Judgment Day there frozen, you know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now sticking with WWE, Mark Shapiro talked about the decision to bring WrestleMania back to Las Vegas for a second straight year. He admitted there may have been a mistake, but I'd imagine, you know, there wasn't much loss there. The first time Magic, of course, went away after WrestleMania 41, but Mark says he has no regrets, that Vegas is such a major winner for WWE and TKO, and the original plan, of course, we heard was supposed to be in New Orleans, but the success in Vegas the first time, he went back and told Nick Khan that they had to run it back.
Yeah, I get it. Vegas is built for that. You put Mania there and the whole city turns into WWE World.
It pretty much did. I mean, you just saw it everywhere.
Yeah.
And when they showed...
It's just, I mean, they're not wrong for it. I mean, because everybody migrates there anyway. And if you're a WWE fan, man, might as well just catch the show.
If you're not, and you're like, oh, dang, WrestleMania's in town. I haven't seen wrestling in so long.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just hit $100,000 on the slots. Let's go.
Still get nosebleeds. Oh man, and even if the year 2 doesn't have the same brand new sparkle that it did, the position that WrestleMania is a global monster WWE wants it to be shows there in Vegas, because Vegas is one of the marquees for, you know, live shows.
Exactly.
And other monster events. Now, another interesting WWE business note is house shows. We've been talking about this a lot because Randy has brought it up. Cody has brought it up. They've talked about how some of these younger talents need these reps because once you get on TV, it's not as smooth, all that. Well, now they're adding 10 summer live events after previously cutting back on house shows in the TKO era, which is good for a lot of the young talent. As I was saying, the roster right now is quite young with the call-ups from NXT, and word is that those talents need more reps from in front of live crowds before they hit television. A lot of people believe that. Randy himself, I think, mentioned that in an interview as well.
Yeah, I mean, that all makes sense in the world. You can train at the PC all day, but there's nothing like being in front of real people who either love you, hate you, or just sit there with nachos judging your entire existence. You know,
hey, don't forget the jalapeno.
Of course. You know, but yeah, I mean, like you said, Cody said it. Cody and Jade talked about it. Randy said it. Taker and Cody talked about it. Cena's talked about it. You know, it's that, you know, it's much needed.
They've been huge supporters of house shows returning. WWE is now advertising names like Cody, Femi, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, Jade Cargill, Trick Williams, and Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
And there's also this other story of Kevin Nash kind of clarifying his comments about TKO and WWE Creative. Now, Nash recently went viral for telling TKO to keep their noses out of creative and let Triple H do his job. Let him cook, he said. But on Click This, he walked it back a little bit, saying he doesn't exactly talk WWE business with Triple H because he doesn't want to break that trust. He also said that the only TKO exec he ever talked to personally was Ari Emanuel, who treated him very well.
So Nash basically said, quote, "I heard some things, got mad, cut a promo, then remembered I may not actually know all the things," end quote.
You don't have to quote that. He didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
It's just for you to say it. Like,
oh my God.
Like if you're not.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much. Nash also said he personally knows the one WWE wrestler who accepted that 50% pay cut after WrestleMania 42. He didn't name the person, but he said even after that pay cut, they're still making huge money. So he walked that one back a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's one of those stories where the fans want the name immediately.
Of course, we all want the name.
What's the name? Basically, wrestling fans here, mysterious wrestler took a pay cut and suddenly everybody becomes a payroll detective. I mean, like, dude.
People do go online and they be trying to make some kind of finances up. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's talk some returns and crossovers. A big one coming up is Baron Corbin, which you haven't heard of the Bishop Dryer in a while.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Well, recent reports suggest that WWE has heavily talked about bringing Corbin back. Corbin now wrestles under the name Bishop Dryer. He left WWE in 2024 after his contract expires and has been working with MLW, GCW, NWA, Maple Leaf Pro, and even had a dark match in AEW. It was also reported that the speculation about his return has been going around internally for weeks, and one source called it out of left field. He's not locked into an MLW contract either, so the door is completely open.
I'll say this, Corbin is one of those guys fans don't appreciate until he's gone.
100%. He better make him eat dog food too.
He's like, hey, Roman.
That's why he's getting signed. Roman's trying to get his revenge. Roman's gonna make him eat dog food.
Yeah, but you know, back on Baron Corbin, he can talk, he can work. He's got the moves. No, yeah, he's safe. You know, he can be serious. He can be goofy. Happy Corbin. He can be annoying in that exact way WWE loves. That man is a utility player.
Yeah, he can play all the roles. I mean, Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin.
Yeah, Mad Corbin.
Broke Corbin.
Bad Corbin.
Broke ass Corbin. And there's also speculation that he could be tied to Danhausen. Something bigger. Tease on SmackDown. Though Meltzer was clear that part was just his read on it. So that could be possibly a thing. I can see him meshing pretty well with Danhausen, and like Danhausen getting on his nerves. What if he curses him? He comes Sad Corbin again, or whatever it was called, with the mustard on his shirt and the
that's hilarious, a ripped shirt.
But next, let's get into Bayley, because she could be making a stop in TNA. Bayley has been openly talking about wanting to wrestle in TNA. And after Indy Hartwell asked if she'd be free on June 28th, the date of Slammiversary, Bayley responded, I think I can fit that into my schedule.
It's definitely not subtle.
Not at all. Bayley has also talked about in interviews how much the Knockouts division meant to her growing up. And with WWE and TNA continuing their working relationship, I mean...
Yeah, if Bayley shows up at the Slammiversary, that place might explode. That's one of those crossover moments that actually feel earned because she's been saying this for a while.
True that. Also, TNA, some little TNA news, not anything huge. Just know that Slammiversary, we are going to have a ladder match and an Ultimate X match. No participants have been announced yet, but that show is already shaping up to be a major one. With that, on top of Bayley, they also moved it down a time slot because AEW is running their show the same day. So it is going to happen earlier as well. In other signing news, the former Dominik Dijak has joined Pro Wrestling Rebellion in India, a new promotion launched by former NXT talent Sheet Rama. Now, Dijak said he's excited to continue growing pro wrestling in India.
That's dope. Dijak in India sounds like somebody booked a boss character into a brand new territory. That dude's the MC, main character for sure over there.
Yeah, he is. I miss that
Me
guy.
too, man.
I miss that guy. But he's doing good with Dreyer over there in MLW. They're currently tag team champions.
His entrance was chef's kiss.
Yeah. But speaking of former WWE names, Zoe Stark has revealed her post-WWE ring name, Zoe Serrano, the Purist. She posted training footage with AEW's Brian Cage and teased that July 24th return date, which lines up with her non-compete.
The Purist, it's a clean nickname. Haha. That sounds like somebody who's about to beat you up and then critique your footwork.
And also, Blake Monroe continues to tease her SmackDown debut. She talked about possibly debuting in Barcelona, wanting to be a part of that John Cena Classic tournament, and even opening up about being heartbroken over Asuka's uncertain WWE status. She called Asuka one of the best women's wrestlers in the world and said she hopes to wrestle her someday.
Yeah, that's the kind of respect you love to hear. Also, Blake Monroe just wanting to pick her spot on SmackDown feels dangerous.
I mean, she is from Spain.
Yeah, and she's dope. She's pretty dope. She's not a pretty face, and I love it.
She's pretty dope. Pretty and dope.
Pretty dope.
That's hilarious. She said she's not a group person. She's a standout, and that tells you everything you need to know about Blake Monroe. The glamour.
The glamour.
Speaking of which, they did put in for the trademark, the glamour, recently. So WWE is going to get that trademark set up before she gets her debut. Mm-hmm. I would imagine it is going to be Spain. Also, another tip on Asuka, they're now considering her internally semi-retired. So I guess that's something where she's just gonna come back every now and then.
She's an attraction now.
She's always been an attraction.
Yeah, but
yeah, I know what you mean. Now let's get into some AEW MMA crossover notes. Colby Covington has been moved to the retired section of the UFC website as he decided to retire recently and made the announcement. He's already teased interest in WWE. He said Logan Paul made the jump from boxing and did a tremendous job, and he believes he can transition well because he knows how to shoot promos and wrestle.
Cool. Kobe and Double E. It's one of those things where I can already hear the boos before he walks out.
That would be the appeal too. He knows how to get heat. And then also let's go into Cain Velasquez, another MMA star who used to be a huge star in AAA, but we have yet to see him. Well, Dave Meltzer said that WWE is reportedly not interested in bringing Cain back through AAA now that WWE owns them. Meltzer said if AAA had remained an independent company, then Cain would more than likely have already returned because key figures in that company like Dorian Roldan and Conan are very high on Cain Velasquez, but WWE's goals seem to be different.
Yeah, that's that one makes sense from a business image standpoint. It's complicated. Cain had real value in AAA, especially with the Lucha presentation, but WWE is looking for a bigger picture, of course.
Well, and then he was recently incarcerated.
Yes.
Attempted murder due to a whole issue with what was it? Was it his son?
His daughter.
His daughter was I'm trying to say it without saying it because you could get blocked for that in YouTube.
Yeah, it was just some shady stuff went down, and
look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Now we've got a few serious stories to go through as well. WWE superfan Vlad has been hospitalized in New York City after suffering a fall connected to his Parkinson's disease. He suffered a major concussion, and there was concern about bleeding on the brain, though it's believed not to be serious.
Man, prayers up for Vlad. If you grew up watching WWE, you knew that face. He was part of the atmosphere.
Well, and then they also recently recognized him as a super fan with that Vlad documentary that they did as well. But he is one of those fans who became a part of the fabric of wrestling history. You see him in lots of iconic moments if you look back. Another tough one. Marty Jannetty recently underwent below-the-knee amputation. His family confirmed the surgery happened April 1st and said doctors successfully removed all the infected bone. He is now focusing on recovering and long-term healing.
That's heartbreaking. Whatever people want to say about Marty Jannetty over the years, the Rockers are a part of wrestling history. You never want to hear that.
No, you don't. We also have some controversy hanging around the A&E biography, or what do they call it, legend?
Yeah.
Biography on the Road Warriors. Animal's widow, Kim Truman Laurinaitis, strongly criticized that episode online, saying that she was not contacted, that the show misrepresented parts of Animal's final moments, and that she felt the story was not handled with respect.
Those biography episodes can be powerful, but when the family's closest to the person says, this isn't right, you have to, at least listen.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about someone's life, legacy, and death.
Exactly.
Now let's go on to Shelton Benjamin, who opened up about prioritizing his health after 26 years of wrestling. He said sometimes his hands randomly go numb, and that staying in shape is now about work and quality life.
Yeah.
quality of life.
That's the part fans forget. We see the entrances, the matches, the highlights, but these guys carry all that damage at home.
And Shelton's been performing for quite some time at 50 years old. He's also still with the Hurt Syndicate, so that commitment to his health is real. Mm-hmm. He also has a match coming up. I really don't want to get into it because it's like a 12-man tag match, stadium Sam. No. let's just get on.
Multi-man matches are Chris's favorite. 12 people.
We can't get too into it. I'm gonna get too.
Okay, it's cool.
But in international news, Pro Wrestling Noah will crown a new GHC Women's Champion at Wrestle Magic 2026 after Mayu Iwatani vacated it due to a toe injury. Also, MLW and Stardom announced a strategic partnership focused on talent exchange and creative collaboration, which could create some really interesting matchups between American and Japanese women's wrestling scenes.
Yeah, that's one of those partnerships that hardcore fans are going to be watching closely. Stardom, talent, and MLW names getting more international exposure. That could be fun.
Definitely, it could be. And AEW is said to honor the late great Dennis Condrey, and when Collision comes to Huntsville, Alabama on May 30th, Tony Khan confirmed the tribute, and it's fitting given Condrey's history in that region and his legacy with the Midnight Express.
That's a classy move. Midnight Express are one of those teams where if you trace tag team wrestling DNA, they're in everyone and everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
They wrote the book on tag team wrestling, dog.
Also in AEW, Paul White has reportedly signed a new deal. Fightful is saying he's remained with the company in a backstage mentorship, community outreach, and possible limited in-ring role. And yes, Tony Khan is apparently planning an AEW golf tournament in 2027 called Fairway to Heaven, tied to the Fairway to Hell wrestling show that just happened. I don't know if you saw the videos on that.
No.
They wrestled on a golf course. Yeah, it looked pretty stupid to me, but that's neither here nor there.
Tony Khan finding a way to make golf and wrestling expensive is maybe the most Tony Khan thing I've ever heard. It sounds like he's shooting a Happy Gilmore 3 or something.
A few quick hits before we transition into our recaps. Aleister Black talked about growing up in the Netherlands with Shannon Sharp. Discovering wrestling through WWF on Eurosport and never believing he'd even make it to WWE. So he basically was just talking about how, because they were talking about his release, and he's like, he lived his dream. He never thought he would be able to do that. There was no wrestling in the Netherlands when he was younger, and he found it.
Dope, man.
And he was determined to get there.
That's a great mindset to have.
Yeah, it's just too bad that they didn't do much with him. He also really couldn't get over, but I think that's because he was tainted from the Vince McMahon era. That's just my opinion. Also, Nick Nemeth said being too selfless may have hurt his WWE career because he focused more on making matches and opponents look great than making himself the centerpiece. He also revealed WWE pitched multiple times for him to return until he finally said yes to the John Cena tournament.
That's good to hear. Like, they still got him in. He's a lifer, even if he's not there. But Jordynne Grace is training to become a pilot and says her goal is to eventually volunteer with Pilots and Paws to help rescue animals. That's dope.
Yeah, she's already had, I believe, 4 classes. I could be wrong. She posted it recently on Instagram. She said this is what she's been doing recently. And Jordynne Grace, we haven't seen her in a minute. She had a dark match with Blake Monroe last week before SmackDown. So she could be possibly coming back after she gets this pilot's license. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Again, that's awesome. The Juggernaut in the ring, rescuing pets, flying around in a plane outside the ring. That's superhero stuff.
I mean, she's built like one.
Oh, for real.
Chelsea Green also shared the first look of her role in season 2 of Blue Ridge, playing Shelby Hughes. That season premiered last night on Inspire TV, I guess is what it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
INSP. But Chelsea getting her roles in after she just had that surgery.
She a workhorse.
Yeah, and she showed up at SmackDown.
She a workhorse.
She said heart surgery, forget about it.
Yeah, she's wrestling, movies, Matt Cardona.
Cardona. Oh man. Gage Goldberg is also floating around in wrestling news because he talked about wanting to get out of his father's shadow and become a better badass than Goldberg was. Meanwhile, Goldberg and Gage are reportedly in talks for a possible Discovery Channel outdoor show.
Everybody does outdoor shows, bro.
Oh, I know, but
every wrestler, Hogan.
People will tune in. They tuned in when Goldberg had that racing. Well, it wasn't racing, but it was a car show.
Yeah.
So, those are good opportunities for Gage.
No, they really are. Oh yeah.
And
that boy's going places.
That he is. He's focused on trying to do his thing and possibly be better than his dad in wrestling. So we'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition. Mm-hmm. Also, AJ Styles defended Nakaro starting in NXT because, people, of course, they got to be talking because he's from New Japan. Why isn't he in the main roster? Mm-hmm. He's saying that international stars need time to learn WWE's TV production style before jumping to Raw or SmackDown, which he would know all about that. I remember when he came from New Japan to WWE, it was kind of culture shock to him.
Yeah.
He talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he said that he told Vince, don't ever send anybody. Like, they need to go over there so they can learn everything.
Yeah. Because it's completely different.
It is.
He was on TV in the other companies, but they run it completely differently than they do in Japan. They run it completely differently than they do in TNA. Maybe a little same now since TNA is getting some help with WWE production. So we'll have to wait and see on what Nakaro does next.
It's going to work out.
WWE is also reportedly scouting tag teams, even said to be contacting Enzo Amore, who was said to be at the PC yesterday. Wait, I guess before NXT came on the air, though nothing is confirmed. Plus, Big Bill's AEW contract is said to be expiring soon. So if they're trying to beef up that tag team, it all lines up.
Bada boom.
Realest guys in the room.
How you doing?
A couple haters.
Yeah, got a couple haters out there.
Oh man, I would be ecstatic to see them back.
Oh yeah.
It's been a minute, and they were one of the better acts that came out of NXT that still thrived, because at that time you didn't have acts that really thrived like that out of NXT. You had them, Paige, a couple others.
Yeah.
It was not like it is now.
Yeah.
And Tiffany Stratton also was online denying rumors that a former WWE talent was fired for flirting with her, calling the story completely false and wishing Fabian Eichner well in TNA. Why would Fabian Eichner hit on his dude's girl?
Yeah.
But Eichner is in
Who's
TNA.
this dude though?
Oh, Giovanni Vinci. Vidi.
Oh, I know you're talking about him, but who's his homeboy? I don't.
Oh, well, I mean, they're not even together anymore, are they?
Yeah.
Ludwig. I don't even know where he's at.
We miss you,
What
bro.
happened to him? We miss you, Ludwig.
I miss you kicking Kofi into the steps wherever you're at.
We miss Imperium.
I miss you grabbing Gunther's jacket.
Hey, dude, that was slick as hell.
It was. But wherever he's at, I wish him well. But that was a lot.
Yeah, it was. That was a lightning round of sorts.
Yeah, that wasn't lightning. That was a thunderstorm like last night.
Jeez.
My boy had to move a tree this morning, man.
That whole thing was uprooted. It sucked, man. I was dying. I ended up jumping in the shower after. Sweating bullets. And now, with the newswire handled, let's move from headlines to Friday night. Because SmackDown was all about homecomings, title shots, power plays, and Gunther officially walking into Cody Rhodes' world. SmackDown kicked off in Columbia, South Carolina, with a full-on Trick Williams homecoming. It was beautiful.
That Trick.
Beautiful.
Whoop that Trick.
Trick came out with Lil Yachty, repping South Carolina, with the Game Crocs, his family, his mama, and yes, the lemon pepper steppers.
That man turned chicken wings into a character development.
Yeah, he did. He said that's why he called them lemon pepper steppers.
Yes, sir.
He dripped that lemon pepper on them.
Let's talk about it.
But of course, The Miz and Kit Wilson had to come out and ruin the party. Miz mocked the whole homecoming. Kit Wilson tried to do some slam poetry.
And Yachty said, I don't know who you is and how that hurt worse than a finisher.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, Kit was selling the hell out of that. Bro.
Yeah, he was.
I love the way Kit sells everything. And Little Yachty, man, I'm starting to enjoy him.
Yeah, he does a good job.
He does a good job on the mic and being a hype man.
Yeah.
Like, he reminds me of like Stokely Hathaway.
Okay, well, I mean,
is that his name? Yes,
yes.
yes. Because I was thinking Malcolm Bivens.
Yes, I do like it. It's like he's a fan, but he's doing business. You know what I'm saying? He's not just marking out.
Yeah, but he really does hype up things that Trick says, and it just feels like that, you know.
Yeah, Assistant Pimp vibe. Yeah,
Assistant Pimp vibe.
Give me a vibe out of me.
Oh man, that led right into Trick Williams versus The Miz, and this was a really fun opener. I should say. Miz did what Miz does: slow Trick down, talk trash to his family, used Kit Wilson for interference, and tried to turn the whole thing into a classic Miz nonsense as he usually does. But Lil Yachty got involved at the perfect moment, ripped the kendo stick away from Miz, took out Kit Wilson, and Trick hit the trick shot for the win.
That was all she wrote. You know, and in your hometown with your mama there and your daddy, with little Yachty at ringside, Trick could not lose that match.
No,
and after that, they ain't nothing to talk about.
After that, there was something to talk about because Carmelo Hayes, him done showed up.
I'm the greatest, whatever that's the song.
Him returned to the picture and made it clear that he has his eyes on the United States Championship. Melo said that Trick Williams and Sami Zayn have been making a mockery of the title he restored prestige to. Excuse me. Ricky Saints walks up, and you can feel the tension immediately. Melo called himself the landlord and said rent was due, and Ricky said Melo needs the absolute lesson. Later,
I just hate when he's in the corner doing this shit. Like, go sit down somewhere.
Later, they had a match, and this one was sharp. Ricky came out aggressive. Melo weathered the storm. Both guys traded big counters, and it really felt like two versions of confidence just colliding. But in the end, excuse me, Melo stole it. Ricky got caught using the ropes for leverage, and Melo said, bet, I'll raise you one, and use the ropes himself to get the win.
That is such a perfect Melo finish. Not clean, not dumb, just slick enough to say, I didn't cheat, I adapted.
Meanwhile, Sami Zayn is still spiraling. this guy went up to Nick Aldis asking for another United States title match. Like, what? Saying that he was ashamed of what he did at Backlash. He wanted to redeem himself for his fans. But Aldis basically told him, you already had your rematch. Earn another one.
And what's that?
And when Sami kept pushing, Aldis basically said that was entitlement right there.
Yeah, that word hit Sami like a chair shot.
It did. Later, Sami was venting to Johnny Gargano, still laid out, plank mode. Somebody tell this guy this ain't Ed Eddie.
For real.
Talking about how this place isn't what it used to be. He talks about how guys like him and Johnny feel it the most. Candice LeRae pushed him back, but you can see Gargano was listening.
And that's the interesting part. Sami may be spiraling, but he keeps pulling me back in. Pulls Johnny into it. Now we've got something.
We might have something on our hands. Next up, we had the women's division. Paige and Brie Bella defended the title. Or did they defend the titles? It was a title defense.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, they defended the titles against Kiana James and Julia, keeping the momentum ahead of their other title defense. They're surrounded now, it seems. Judgment Day on Raw, irresistible forces waiting on Saturday night's main event this Saturday. Then you got Fatal Influence lurking as well. Every team is just smelling blood.
They call it a shark tank, shark in the water. And that is exactly what it feels like. Someone's getting bit for sure.
That women's tag division is really getting built up. And I gotta say, I don't care for Brie and Paige being tag champs, but just them being there brings eyes. So it's starting to build up very nice. And I'm excited for it.
It's gonna implode soon when Nikki comes back jealous and then beats up Paige.
I can see that. Then we got Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Cody came out with the contract for Clash in Italy. Gunther refused to sign unless Cody said, please, Mr. Gunther. Royce Keys stepped up and said if Gunther won't sign it, he would. Nick Aldis came out, decided Gunther had overplayed his hand, and made Gunther versus Royce Keys the main event. Winner gets Cody at Clash.
I love that. Gunther tried to big league everybody, and Aldis says, nope. Now you gotta clock in. You gotta work for that.
Time to put on them boots.
Yes, sir.
Because Aldis don't take no
it's all right, though, because ain't nobody can lace Gunther's boots anyway.
Don't you mess with our boy Magnus. Don't you mess with him.
We'll see. I want to see that.
Gunther beat Royce in a hard-hitting main event, but Royce looked strong still. Solo Sikoa tried to get involved by sliding in the chair, but Royce threw it back in Solo's face. Still, Gunther capitalized, as Gunther does, hit the power bomb, and officially earned the title shot. But Gunther tried to send a message through the camera to Cody, but Cody just slid in behind him, hit him with the crossroads to close the show.
And was a clean welcome to SmackDown moment.
We also had the MFTs continuing to cause damage. Talatanga attacked Shinsuke Nakamura backstage, chokeslammed him through a table. Then after Damian Priest beat Tamatanga, Tala and Solo jumped Priest, laying him out with the Samoan spike.
The MFTs are just lost too, but still look like a problem.
That they do. They're still running roughshod through this whole roster. Well, I guess the SmackDown roster.
Whatever's left of the roster.
It's a good one. And then there's the women's main event scene, which kept heating up. Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Michin, and B-Fab all collided. Charlotte and Alexa beat Michin and B-Fab by disqualification after Jade took out Bliss. That sets up the 6-woman tag for Saturday night's main event, with Rhea Ripley joining Charlotte and Alexa against Jade, Michin, and B-Fab.
That match is going to have tension everywhere. Charlotte doesn't want help. Alexa knows they need help. Rhea owes them one. And Jade took over the title picture with the baddies. That thing could explode. And I just want this to go somewhere, honestly.
I mean, I like where it's going.
I could just
Jade in general, I like where it's going. I know Alexa, Charlotte, and Rhea is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Jade, her whole thing with the baddies and trying to take over the whole title picture, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see how this pays off, because I would like to see it with B-Fab and Michin as tag champions and Jade with the champion.
I like that too, but I just think that I don't like the whole Alexa, Rhea, and Charlotte dynamic, because...
Well, I mean, Alexa and Charlotte have already been a tag team. They've been at odds with Jade already and that whole crew. Rhea is just kind of there right now, so they're throwing her into something big with some big names.
Yeah, true.
To garner attention and get people to tune in.
Yeah.
So, I know that that's really not going to ever be a true thing, but I'm enjoying this thing with Jade.
Yeah.
SmackDown gave us a lot, man. Trick's homecoming, Melo's return, Sammy Spiral, MFT Chaos, SmackDown Division Warfare, and Cody versus Gunther is officially locked in. Now let's go from Friday to Monday, because Raw opened up with family violence and ended with the Vision standing tall.
Yeah.
Raw opened up with Roman Reigns arriving and Adam Pearce once again trying to keep things under control. I swear, Pearce can't keep anything under control. He needs to get a hold of Nick Aldis or something. Pearce wanted Fatu fired last week, but Roman said he needed to handle business first. Then Jacob came out and called Roman out before Roman could even go to the ring.
Jacob said, "You looking for me? I'm already outside." You know what I mean?
Fuck.
Hell.
Dude. Jay came in hot with the chair. Jimmy tried to talk some sense into Jacob, still trying to be the peacekeeper, reminded him that he was supposed to acknowledge Roman after Backlash and that his choices could cost him everything. But Jacob wasn't hearing any of that. He fought off the Usos, shrugged off the chair shots, locked in the Tongan death grip, and even when Roman came down, Jacob still looked like a monster.
Yeah, it took super kicks, the 1D, Roman unloading Superman punches while Jacob was tied up in the ropes, and finally a spear to put him down. Then Pearce came out ready to fire, but Jacob got up and yelled one thing: "Roman, tribal combat." And Roman accepted, and the Usos looked dumbfounded. And I was pissed that they jumped my boy. They just jumped him. They look like boys in the hood, bro.
And it was made official. Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Fatu in Clash in Italy in tribal combat. And man, we were talking about this before we came on air. Tribal combat usually means the family gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
Zilla.
I mean, Zilla, somebody else from the family.
Ain't one gonna come out.
He should. What is he gonna do?
He's gonna be on Fatu's side, man.
Samoan SWAT team.
Nice. That would be dope.
That would.
Did that. But I'm be excited to see what they do with this. I hope it doesn't go Roman's way. I feel like it's going to go Roman's way. It's just going to be everybody coming out to help Roman. But the best way I would say to book it would have Zilla come out and help Fatu get the victory. Mm-hmm. That way, you still don't make Roman look bad. And Fatu gets a win, so he doesn't look bad losing to Roman twice already.
Yeah.
Because you already told this story. Now you're elevating it to tribal combat, which, of course, that's how feuds work. You elevate as you move on. But Fatu, man, he's just too good to be losing again, just in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. And after they massacred, they jumped my boy. I just can't have that happen. But that might mean, Roman's most dangerous title defense in a long time, because Jacob doesn't feel like a challenger. He feels like a problem Roman created and can't control anymore.
He does. Then we also got Finn Balor versus JD McDonough in a street fight. And this was brutal.
It was good.
Chairs, kendo sticks, tables, crowd brawling, equipment cases. These two were beating the hell out of each other. Dominic Mysterio showed up, of course, and the Judgment Day got involved. But Balor fought through it, put a trash can over JD, hit the shotgun drop kick, and finished him with the coup de grace.
Now, that match was nasty, and Finn needed that win. He couldn't just survive Judgment Day. He had to hurt somebody.
Especially after Judgment Day keeps on getting the leg up on him. They needed that for sure. The women's side gave us Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca. So admitted that she hasn't gotten her first main roster win just yet, but said she's only been doing this for 4 years and is still getting started. Becky interrupted, mocking her, called her 0-2, and told her to go back to NXT. So didn't back down though. She went to the ring and challenged Becky face to face.
Yeah, Becky did the whole thing. I'm the greatest. I'm the locker room leader. I'm a mentor.
Bleacher Report said.
Yeah, everybody says it. It's just not her saying it, the routine. But refused to fight right then and there, of course, because why would she want to fight in that Bodunk hick country town, you know? And instead of, she's accepted for Saturday night's main event, but tried to make it clear that it was not a title shot at all. Like, Soul's tripping.
Yeah, she so fired back and said she's not only going to snatch Becky's soul again, she's going to snatch that title.
That line worked. So still feels new, but she doesn't feel scared.
And I saw stuff about this recently before we went on air that apparently now it's not being advertised as the Intercontinental Championship match.
We could see it. Who knows?
So maybe Becky got some pull. I'm thinking they're going to put that in the story. I'm be excited to see it.
We'll see.
I love heel Becky.
Oh, yeah. Becky's
and that would be a perfect thing for her to do. Be like, oh, I talked to them and, you know, I'm not defending the title. You already lost twice.
Mm-hmm.
You don't deserve a shot. So I'm excited to see how they play it because it's on the internet now. People are noticing it. There's no way to get away from it.
Yeah.
We also got Ethan Page sitting with the sit-down interview with Michael Cole. And Ethan was peak Page, you know? He handed Cole his own questions, bragged about his look, ability, record, his resume, jawline, and said he plans to be the first man to put fear into Penta's vocabulary.
Bars.
Now, Cole called him out directly, saying that Ethan has everything it takes to be great, but his ego might cost him the Intercontinental title at Saturday night's main event.
Cole was basically like, you could be special if you stopped being insufferable for 8 seconds. You know, I'm just waiting. This reminded me like a sophisticated I am the effing game promo.
And then Ego said, or All Ego, even though his name is All Ego, he said it's not ego, it's confidence. Then we get into the women's tag title picture as they were defended on Raw with Paige and Brie Bella retaining against the Judgment Day, unfortunately. Because I really wanted Raquel but I know they're still trying to break them up.
Yeah.
So I get why they didn't do that.
Do what you gotta do.
But Liv got ejected after interference. Brie dodged a belt shot, rolled up Roxanne, and got the victory. But afterwards, the Judgment Day jumped them until Bayley and Lyra made the save.
Paige and Brie are surviving, barely, but they are getting jumped every time. They need to breathe.
Yeah.
They need time to definitely breathe.
Yeah, they don't give them time. They came with the monster moment of the night as we saw Femi. He was supposed to have his Femi Open Challenge, but
that's not what I heard. I heard, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Rock my piss and putting suckers in fear. Hitting them with 4F F5s. Listen to the bass go boom.
F-A-F-O.
Oh, man.
F-5.
But Brock Lesnar jumped him during the entrance and hit him with 4 F5s. 4, man.
Hit him with a German, hit him with a F5.
He didn't even care about the German. He's like, I'm just going to hit hella F5s.
Yeah. But as always, you know, Wrestle Talk on Wrestle WreMarks, you know, we always right. We said he was coming back, and what
I
happened?
don't condone that. We're not always right.
5 times out of 10? No.
50-50, baby.
Yeah, no. But Brock retired for like 12 minutes. He ate a couple steaks and was like, all right, it's time to carve into Oba Femi now.
He had to get his protein on before he tackled that other meaty man.
Yes.
Now, Paul Heyman played it dumb backstage. Then Pierce confronted him, but then handed Pierce that contract already signed by Brock for a match with Oba in Clash in Italy. So, obviously, Heyman had some part in it.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Oba versus Brock is not a wrestling match. It's 2 kaijus fighting over downtown San Antonio or whatever.
Man,
it's not that big. So it's gonna be decimated by the time
like Godzilla and Kong, man.
For real.
But we get our main event next. Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory. Seth wanted Braun Breaker, but Paul Heyman served him up Theory instead. Seth came out swinging and beat Theory in a hard-fought match, even with Logan Paul interfering. And the brass knuckles getting involved as well. Seth hit the roll-through pedigree to get the win. And after the match, the Vision attacked, of course. Angelo Dawkins ran up to help. Montez Ford eventually joined in too, because he's still reluctant. Ford took a spear that was meant for Dawkins, compliments of Braun Breaker. Seth tried to fight Braun, but Logan tripped him, Breaker, with another one. And the Vision tried to drag Seth to the steps before officials stopped it. They looked like they were about to decapitate him.
Yeah, they should have.
Then, another one. Seth gets laid out ringside as Braun Breaker just torpedoes right through him.
The Vision looked terrifying, and the crazy thing is, Rollins won the match, but they still made him look like he lost the war, dude.
And that's what the Vision does.
And it's just time's ticking until there's only one kaiju in WWE, dog. When he comes back, he's gonna tsunami everybody.
Jeez. You think that's gonna happen?
He posted on social media like a time thingy.
I can't wait, bruh.
Yeah,
I miss Bronze
He's
3.
battle tested, bro.
The resident thick boy.
You're just what's it called? The tribal thief.
The tribal thief. Oh man, but the Vision closed Raw standing tall with Paul Heyman, and now the Street Profits have to walk into Saturday night's main event against Logan Paul and Theory for the World Tag Team Championships with a genetic freak lurking in the background.
That's not a title match. It's a trap.
Raw gave us tribal combat, Brock's return, Becky versus Soul, Paige and Bree surviving, and the Vision threatening their grip on everybody. Now, let's tap into NXT, and the ending especially deserves some real attention as we get into NXT. NXT opened up with a tag match that ended up being more important than it looked on paper. We saw Miles Bourne and Tony D'Angelo versus Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook. Miles and Tony looked solid early, with Tony bringing in that heavy Dawn offense as he does, and Miles showing up with some crisp explosiveness. But Cam and Mason were physical, opportunistic, and by the end, they pulled off an upset. Mm-hmm. The finish came after Tavion got involved on the outside. Miles got knocked off, of course, because that's who he's beefing with. Mason caught him with the Death Valley driver into the turnbuckle, followed by another one. But Cam tagged to steal the win.
Whatever. And that's where it got interesting because Cam immediately started acting like he beat 2 champions by himself.
That's exactly how he reacted.
It didn't look like it. So I'm like, bro, get over yourself.
And later in the night, Cam came out and said he beat 2 champions in his first match and called himself Showtime with his little Showtime chain and said he was ready to take Tony D'Angelo's North American title. NXT title, excuse me. His NXT title. But Mason Rook wasn't having none of that. He came out and basically said, hold up, without me, you're not out here calling your shot. Cam brushed him off, and Mason dropped him with the clothesline. Then a backpack cannonball in the corner. And man, that one looked vicious.
That team lasted about as long as a gas station phone charger.
Man, those things suck. Now we get into NXT women's title picture, which got crowded fast. We got Kalani Jordan came out frustrated and said that she's tired of being overlooked. She reminded everyone that she won the title within months, beat Kendall Gray last week, and is the only person to make Lola Vice tap out. She said that she's better than the women who got called up.
Ooh.
Better than the women in the back, and deserves a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. Man, I'm loving the way Kalani's coming out with that confidence and just tearing into people.
Yeah, she ain't picking a spot, she's taking a spot. Then Izzy Dame came out and said she should be at the front of the line because she pinned Lola Vice and kicked in her head. Lola came out saying she'll deal with Izzy first next week and Kalani can be next. Whew. Then Kendall Gray showed up, and before things could fully settle, Rin Sinclair attacked Kalani Jordan from behind with the crutch.
Oh yeah.
Kalani asked, "What does a woman have to do?" And the answer was apparently watch your back for flying medical equipment. For sure.
Oh man, you don't mess with the Ran QCC.
Oh gosh.
Now, next week we got Lola Vice defending against Izzy Dame, and if Ren is cleared, Ren faces Kalani Jordan. That whole women's title scene is just heating up like nobody's business. We also had Tatum Paxley defending the Women's North American Championship against Lizzie Rain. This was a competitive match. Tatum worked holds. Lizzie kept finding counters, and they built into a back and forth closing stretch with near falls, suplexes, kicks, and both women crashing into each other. Lizzie had her moments where it looked like she might catch Tatum, but Tatum hit the cemetery drive to retain. After the match, they hugged, and Zarya destroyed both of them. Double spear, boom, F5, F5. Thank you, good night.
See you later, alligator. Zarya was like, nice moment you got there. Shame someone had to murder it. Deuces. Credits roll.
Man. Zarya looked like a monster, and I'm loving the way they continue to build her up. She instantly put herself in that title contention. Elsewhere, Romeo Moreno, or Moreno, if you want to be technical, faced Tristan Angels with Noam Dar in Romeo's corner and Shiloh Hill lurking in the crowd. Tristan got distracted by Shiloh at one point and still managed to beat Romeo with the knee to the back of the neck on the apron. Now, afterward, Tristan and Shiloh went back and forth, with Shiloh continuing to campaign himself for Mr. NXT.
I'll vote for him. Shiloh Hill running a political campaign to become Mr. NXT is ridiculous in the best way possible.
That's Shiloh Hill for you.
And I do not like that Angels dude. Mr. Elegance number 2.
Mr. Elegance number 2. I think he looks more like Elton Prince. He looks like he should be a pretty deadly third member.
True. And then the GOAT.
Then we get into Charlie Dempsey, who later challenged Shiloh for embarrassing the business. So that's another thread to watch right there. Keanu Carver also defeated Tate Wilder. Tate had some big comeback moments, hit the tornado DDT off the steps, then the frog splash, but he went back up to the top way too many times, as he did in that other match he was in.
Yeah.
Keanu Carver caught him, hit the huge pounce, and a spine buster for the win.
Keanu Carver's offense looks like getting hit by a refrigerator that got drafted into the NFL. No pun intended for the Bears. I did see a clip of that Brick Savage guy we talked about recently, and he looked like he hit somebody like with a brick for sure.
I told you. I
was like, is he okay? He's selling. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah. Man, he's good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what he's got going when he hits MLW. But let's get back into this whole NXT thing, because we got into our main event. Vanity Project defended the NXT Tag Team Championships against Dark State, Saquon Sugars, and Dion Lennox. Dark State attacked before the bell, and early it looked that Saquon and Dion might be on the same page, but the tension just kept bubbling. Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes survived the early storm, picked their spots, and late in the match, outside chaos played in the factor, as it usually does, with the rest of Dark State, and Micah created enough confusion, just enough confusion, that Ricky tied up Saquon into the inside cradle and got the win for Vanity Project as they retained. But the match wasn't the story. The collapse was afterwards. We saw Dark State standing in the ring. Osiris and Cutler attacked Saquon Sugars while Dion watched along. Then Lennox steps in between them instead of saving Saquon. He lays him out. Dion joins the attack, hits the spine buster, and Dark State put Saquon through the table with the massive pop-up powerbomb. You saw how they tossed him into Lennox. Oh man, that thing was beautiful.
That was betrayal with no hesitation. Dion looks at him like, yeah, you're the problem.
They had some miscommunication there. Dion didn't think he got the tag. I don't know if he didn't think he got the tag or got mad that he got the blind tag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what was going on there. But that ending gives NXT a major story going forward. Dark State didn't just lose a title match. They fractured from the inside and imploded. Well, at least Sugars got sacrificed.
Yeah. And that's how you close NXT. Titles retained, factions broken, bodies through tables. That's a Tuesday night for you.
Yeah, that is. So NXT gave us Cam and Mason making noise, then falling apart. Kalani demanding respect. Lola versus Izzy set for next week. Tatum retaining. Zarya looking like a monster and making a monster statement. Keanu Carver smashing Tate. And Dark State imploding in the main event. Now, with all three shows covered, it's time to look ahead, because this Saturday, WWE's back with Saturday night's main event. And right before we get out of here, we gotta look at Saturday's night's main event card, because Saturday night's main event goes down this Saturday, May 23rd, from Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Start time is 6 p.m. Central, streaming on Peacock in the US and YouTube internationally.
Okay. And this card actually has a lot going on. We've got titles on the line, women's division chaos, tag team gold, and a couple matches that could really shake things up and going into Clash of Italy. Sorry.
Potentially in the main event, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line as Becky Lynch defends against Sol Ruca. So has been looking for that first major main roster statement, and Becky has been doing everything she can do to make it clear that Sol is stepping into her world now And she might have proved it now that it's not being advertised as an Intercontinental Championship match.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for Soul, win or lose. This is the kind of match where she can, make people look at her differently.
Yeah, she can. Now, who do you think is going to take this one?
Becky.
Yeah, I don't think Soul's going to. But you think it's going to be some underhanded nonsense? You think somebody's going to come in and Becky's going to have a lackey all of a sudden?
I don't know. Or they'll do a swerve where she does win and then Becky gets the championship back or something. I don't know. I mean, but Becky, I'm going with Becky for sure.
Becky? But if it turns out not to be a title match, so.
Yeah, I can see that happening too.
We also got the men's Intercontinental Championship on the line as Penta defends against Ethan Page. And after that sit-down interview with Michael Cole, Paige is walking in with all the confidence in the world.
Yeah, maybe too much confidence.
Maybe
he doesn't have an ego. He's just cocky. Oh, who knows?
Well, who do you think is gonna win this one?
It's kind of up in the air. I can see Penta losing.
This is a tight one, I know.
I'd rather see Penta lose.
Ethan and Penta have had some pretty decent matches in the past, and I want to see a really good one here. I feel like this one is going to be the one that outshines every match on that card.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion. And I think I'm going to go with Ethan Page.
I want to say Paige too because I need them to do something with my boy Ray Phoenix.
I would think Rusev comes into play.
Or Javon.
Yeah. Rusev comes in, distracts. Javon comes in, another distraction through all the chaos. Ethan Page takes the opportunity.
I like that. So I'm gonna go with Ethan too.
I'm gonna go with Paige. And speaking of way too much confidence, the World Tag Team Champions championships are also on the line with the Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory defending against the Street Profits. And after what happened to Seth Rollins, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford on Raw, you already know Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman are going to be a part of the conversation, even if they're not officially in the match.
Yes, that's the thing with the Vision. It's never just two guys in a match. There's always a problem waiting somewhere, and I'm predicting that they retain. They look like they're going to lose, but Bronson Reed comes back. There's going to be too much chaos. Maybe. I'm just saying.
I would love to see Bronson Reed come back. I can see that happening.
But there's going to be a lot of chaos during this match. Seth, Braun.
So many distractions. This one's going to be another one that's kind of up in the air. But I say, I agree with you.
I don't see the Street Profits winning.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on the whole thing of even the Bronson Reed.
I mean, it could happen. Who knows?
We've also got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line in the rematch as Paige and Brie Bella defend against the Irresistible Forces. Paige and Brie have been fighting off everybody lately, it seems. Judgment Day, Fatal Influence, Kiana James, and Julia. But then you got Nia Jax and Lash Legend, who are a completely different kind of problem. And also former champions.
Yeah, that's not a normal tag team. That's a demolition crew. Ha ha ha. And man, I would want to see Lash and Nia retain. That's who I'm going for. But I don't know.
I really want Lash and Nia to keep the titles, but I feel like this is going to be another chaotic one.
Yeah, you got Fatal Influence, Judgment Day.
I think it's going to end in a no contest.
It could.
I think it's going to be that Fatal Influence comes out and starts taking them out. Then here comes Julia and Kiana and so on.
Bayley and Lyra.
Yeah.
Bayla. That's how they're together.
But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And then we got our 6 women tag match. It'll be Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss taking on Jade, Cargill, and the Baddies. This one is loaded with tension. Charlotte doesn't like needing help. Alexa knows that they're outnumbered. Rhea, like we said, owes them one. And Jade has been trying to bulldoze her way towards the top of the women's division.
Yeah, that match could either settle things down or make the whole division even messier. That's exactly what I was thinking. This whole entire card sounds messy. There's mess happening everywhere.
It's going to be chaotic. Sure.
I'm going to go with the baddies. There's too much tension with everybody. Hopefully we get Alexa and Charlotte breaking up because of it, all types of stuff.
I do like that. I want the baddies to win, and I think I'm going to go with that too. I'm going to end up locking that one in as a prediction. Now that's Saturday night's card, and that's our show. A massive newswire, weekly recaps, a Saturday night's main event prediction, all wrapped up into a very chaotic week of wrestling.
Yeah, this episode was one of those ones where if you missed 3 days of wrestling, you came back and Brock Lesnar unretired, Roman Reigns entering Tribal Combat, Dark State broke up, and Bayley might be going to TNA.
Wrestling moves fast, and that's why we're here. So make sure you follow Wrestle WreMarks wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, hit that like button, drop a comment, tell us your Saturday night main event predictions.
Yes. And tell us if Ethan Page's jawline really is worthy of a title shot.
Oh, man. He's going to get a title shot right to that jawline.
Sure.
Now, for Pat, I'm Chris. Thank you for watching. This
was your Wrestle WreMarks.